Julie, presumably some portion of the consumer market will also be happy about that. But is Apple getting the balance right here? Because we did see this massive, and Forrester has quantified the massive spend on technology at home. Is this hitting that market well, too?
Yeah, so after listening to the announcements over the past half hour or so, I'm going to go all in with Tay here and say I do believe, given the enhanced performance, the speed, all of the changes that they've made, I do believe that this is targeted primarily at a professional community. Think about developers, gaming developers. This is all about speed, some battery efficiency and so forth. But I think, I haven't seen the price points come through yet. Maybe you have those, but I think we're going to see these priced, somewhere between like $2,000, $3,000 for the baseline models. My guess would be for these. And I think that price is a little bit out of the consumer market. What will be interesting to see is, what chips are in the minis and some of the products oriented more towards a family or the consumer at home.
In terms of market share, Julie, does that change very much with Apple products? I mean, I feel like you're either an Apple user or you're not. And it's usually, at least in terms of desktop setups, it's about 10% ever since I started covering the company.
Yeah, so I think that, it tends to be true. I think what's different, though, is today is, let's say like 15, 20 years ago, that might have been 10% of the U.S. audience. But now as we look more globally, whether it's in China, Canada, the UK, and other markets, certainly Apple tends to grow there. Apple has also done a good job of introducing, what we'll call, lower priced products, whether it's the Air, the lower priced tablets, lower priced watches, lower priced smartphones that do help to bring more consumers into the Apple ecosystem, so to speak. Certainly part of their strategy, though.
If they're converting anybody, Julie, I'm guessing they're converting the high-end customers, right? Because otherwise, as I said, either you're in the ecosystem and you love it or you're not.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Apple has always been either through design or been lucky. It's always had a relatively affluent consumer base as well that can afford to do upgrades, afford to buy more products in the ecosystem. And then again, we see geographically, we see growth, and otherwise we see growth, within the family, buying watches, smartphones, devices, tablets, for children and teenagers and so forth. But yeah, absolutely agree with you, Matt.